Hello and welcome everyone, I'm C.S.Gilmore and this is GTFO. This is a game I've wanted to show you guys for a while and kind of thought on and off about it. The problem is it's kind of hard to show because it's really hard and also takes a lot of time at times, and yeah, it's not the easiest to work with. And I definitely won't be able to show you all of it because, like I said, it is insanely hard. Big warning, epilepsy issues, loud noises, gore, etc. and so forth. But definitely epilepsy issues with this one. Lots of flashing lights. If you have that problem, don't look right now. And probably just don't watch this video. Otherwise, yeah, this is a game that I've enjoyed the setup for. Like, alright, let's head in. And it's developed a lot over the years. Initially, there would be a rundown. And you'd play through it for a while, and then that rundown would close, and you'd get a new rundown eventually. Well, over time, they went all the way up to rundown 8. And they kind of wrapped up the storyline that you were going through with all the rundowns. And they decided, instead of doing it like, hey, you can't play the old rundowns anymore, they decided to make the old rundowns available now, and now you can jump between all of them, since this game's basically finished development now. It was initially going to be kind of like a live service. They would keep going with it. And yeah, like I said, by rundown 8, they wrapped up the story, and it was kind of just better for them to move on to something else after that. Like I said, this game's really good. You can play it. It's best to play with other people. But you can play solo. You could go true solo. Don't recommend it. I have been a couple levels like that before in the past. It was insanely hard. Not gonna do that on a video. It's a pain. But you can do it. But they've made it so it's easier to play solo without other people anymore, because you can play with bots, and the bots are actually pretty good. And they added other things that also give you some bonuses or other helps throughout the game. So it's well designed. We're going to jump into rundown 1. This is where it all began. Clearance for Section B necessary. DNA sample required. Prisoners sent to locate Administrator's HSE. They react to light and sounds. Stand still. Unintelligible scream. Drop cage target depth. Artifact heat. Alright. So yeah, it comes in here and you pick your rundown. It's like, host a lobby, okay. As you can see, I've got bots designed already here. Give them a minute to load in. And I've got them all equipped. I've got them equipped with a couple different items. Burst Sentry. You have a huge selection that you can design, like what you want you equip everyone with. In this case, I'm going with 2 burst sentries. Nah. For the first mission, I'll do. Let's see. Let's change this to an auto sentry. Let's change this one to a seafoam launcher. So each of these items does different stuff, as you may guess. There's several different sentries, each with different equipment, which means different ammo types, different attack levels, different ammo capacities, which is insanely important. Resource management in this game is nuts. Seafoam launcher is super good because you can use it to kind of buy yourself time and slow down enemies. The bio tracker is really good in like areas where it's really low visibility, and this game has some areas where you can't see anything, which can be frustrating at times, especially when the fog that is hard to see through is also poisonous. More or less. Well, infection levels, hard to explain. Let's see. I'm going to go with a spear. Long range, slow, high damage. They gave you a couple different designs of spear now. That's cool. That didn't used to be the case, where you can get several different designs of sledgehammer. Precision damage bonus. Alright. Well, that's what I want for my melee. I do want to change up my weaponry here. I think I had this design from the tutorial, because I did that again just as a quick warm-up of, hey, how do I play again? I forget which guns were my favorites, But hey, that's probably for the best. I can learn again. Automatic fire. No, I want this. Cat, shut up. You're fine. Cat's an eat a cat. And dumb. No. Go downstairs and meow. It's like, why? Okay. So I'm gonna take the sniper rifle. The bots do have some disadvantages. Let's see. Yeah, no, that should work for everything I want there. One of the disadvantages is they don't help with stealth kills. The upside is they don't really set off enemies. They're not awake. The other side is because they won't attack sleeping enemies, they only really come into play a lot when stuff starts waking up. That said, it's really handy to have extra firepower with you, so bots help ridiculously if you're just playing solo. Once again, like I said, best to have people. Was it this one that I liked? Medium range, balanced recoil. I think that's the one I want. That or that one, but we'll go with this one for now. Alright. You also get a lot of these different boosters you can use. And you can find, that's what I was talking about with artifact heat, is there will be artifacts you can find. If you find enough of them, you get boosters unlocked. These are limited use, but don't worry, you'll find more. But each one does different things, so like this one, projectile resistance, melee resistance. So I can do that, use this booster. The first boosters, the muted boosters, just give you a bonus. The bold boosters tend to give you a bit more of a bonus, but they're also, sometimes they'll give you negatives, and yeah, these are definitely more powerful in a lot of ways, but they also affect different things usually, like melee damage, but only if I'm above 50 health. Things like that. Regen speed is super handy. Tool ammo, but regen speed is lower. You have a regen speed at a certain health level, like when you're in the critical stage. Let's do that. Oh, that reminds me, which, usually when I'm playing solo, I like to take the Mind Deployer. It depends on the mission, though. Every mission, once you get to know them, tailor it to whatever you need. And then these ones, of course, give the aggressive boosters give you the biggest bonuses, but also the biggest negatives. Like infection resist, but special ammo plus 50%. Main ammo, but hacking skill slower. That can be good and bad. Hacking skill could get really problematic for me in a lot of ways. Because as the only human player, I'm the only one who can hack things, really. The bots don't do that. They don't interact with computers, which can really make certain levels actually a lot harder with bots. Alright. I'm not even going to bother with some of those. So, but I wanted to show you how that works. Now, we're going to drop in. Initiate cage drop. And hopefully I put my camera in a good position. I don't fully remember where all the beats were, so I may have to adjust. So you can see, like, here we are gripping onto the rails, being brought out of hydrostasis or whatever it is. Drop intuition. Now the idea here is, as you learn throughout the game, is what's going on is the world's basically wiped out, except for like this instance, which has a bunch of people and they have a stasis set up against infection because there's a super virus that's wiped out everyone and turned them into monsters. There are some really weird monsters, and you get to play with all sorts of weird concepts like dimensional time travel a bit comes in, as I recall. There's all sorts of weird things, and it's great. Alright, let's find out where we're at and what we've got to work with. Nope. There's an artifact I can pick up for a mutant booster. You have to get the heat above point. You have to get up to 1 or point. Like you have to get above the 0 point. Cat? No one cares. Go away, kitty. Alright, I heard that. We've got enemies around. You gotta be super careful with light. And movement.
Hey, we got sleepers. Don't make a sound. I'll call their friends, and we'll be in deep shit.
Alright, so I did that on purpose, though. There, I wanted to get them both. Look up a bit more than I might do there. I was hoping I could hit them both and knock them before, without anyone else wake up. Yeah, wait. Maybe no one else woke up after all. Alright, yep. Sounds like everyone's still sleeping. Good. It's super easy to overlook things like supplies and whatnot while you're going through. So you have to keep a close eye out. You do have a map, but it can take a little being used to on how to read it. Okay, there's a terminal, but let's deal with our friends here first. But the reason I flashed them there a bit is also to get them all synchronized.
Sleepers. Don't wake them. We'd be overrun in no time.
Because some of the rest you'll get like one will be like awaking a bit, or another one glows a bit, and you can't move at all. So sometimes it helps to just flash them with the flashlight, get them all to synchronize their rhythm on when they're awake or not. Alright, I think we're good here now. Yep, terminal. Okay, find hydrostasis unit HSU 648. So this is one of the trickier parts of the game. You can check for logs. Read. Auto. Gen. Status. You have to type all this. .log. Alright, so main server room exceeding temperature, blah blah blah, client update control, complete automatic data redistribution. Alright. And query HS. Alright. Query HSU 640. This is where it really sucks if you're a bit have trouble with wording. Oh, wait, did I mistype something? HSU 648. Did I? Type. Use the command query. HSU 648 and retrieve a DNA code. Yeah, no. That's weird. I don't know why that didn't work. Oh, 648. Wow, I am, like I said, if you've got I can't think of the right word for it right now, but if you've got that thing where your brain swaps some numbers or letters around a little bit, mine sometimes seems to, it can be a problem. Item status deactivated. Location zone 52. Being out of range, which means far enough away. Subject gender female, subject name. Well, that's not important. It's pretty randomized. But we know now we have to get to zone 52. So passage to security zone 52. So that door looks like it's a viable option. This one goes to 50 and 51. So not really where we need to go. This stage, we don't really want to explore everything. It can help sometimes, especially if you need to find resources, but you're also liable to find a lot more enemies, so Exploration's always a risk-reward issue.
Sleepers. Don't make a sound.
Kitty, go downstairs. Shush. I know she's not as bad as most cats. That was weird. Little missed hit, but still hit.
Stall.
Indeed, I guess. I'm not finding anything really good for supplies right now. Alright, we got a door here.
We gotta have a white key card here. We got that?
Nope. Alright, back to the computer. Key white 191. It's really fun, like, if you jog a bunch. Turn off that light so it doesn't reflect weird on the screen. Query. Key. White. 191. Zone 50. Being out of range. Okay. Just to kind of give you an idea. Help. You can use various commands. Exit command, backspace, tab. To auto-complete your command. Yeah, that is... Okay, so like... Query... Key... White... So it can help you fill it in somewhat, but and then you just have to type in a bunch. You have to give it most of what you work with. And also, like, if you push like up arrow key, you can use previous ones, so it can be really handy, especially on certain levels where you have to enter commands, specific commands into a computer on a timer, to just like, okay, have pre-prep part of the command and then just go back to it and finish it. Alright. Anyhow. Alright, zone 50, so we need to go this way. Really good to move around with crouch on. I'd recommend just set it to toggle rather than to hold, kind of like with jog. I also recommend setting it because then it's easier to do a slide. Alright, we got someone in there. This is entering zone 50. Okay, this is where I need to go. Warning, class 2 alarm. So we get some doors that are like this. They're alarmed, meaning bad things are going to happen if we try to just pop. Let's do... Alright, now I have to remember how to give commands to the bots. Been a little bit. There is a whole... This is another downside of bots, though, is you do have to tell them how to do specific things. So, let's see. Key and mouse mapping. Aim, run, crouch. Yep. Hacking tools, map, objective, screen, toggle, communications menu. Q, that was that. Opens and text, ping. Alright, I believe Q is what I need. So, Q, and I can go 1, deploy sentry gun here, and you tell them exactly where to put it.
Sentry gun here. I will do it.
I gotta use it. Have another one here. 1. And I don't want to tell him to pick up that one, so I gotta swap to you. And sentry gun here.
Sentry here. I'll do it.
So this place has seen better days. Sometimes you get problems where they walk through the doors like that and get trapped out there. It can be slightly problematic for when you want them to actually be with you. Come on, you idiot. So this is one of the major downsides of the robots, is they sometimes are dumb. Listen, you moron. Get your butt in here. I'm gonna activate this door while you're out there and you can have fun with the monsters. There we go. Thank you. Alright, now... Alright, fine, we'll just do it this way. The way that's gonna be done. think, actually, let me try something. Command-wise, responses what I need. Objective. Need a terminal, check the map, focus on objective.
Let's focus on the objective.
Some of these are just communication things for your squad. Teamwork, I think it was.
We need to work together.
Actually, I barricading here because there's a possibility if it's the right type of lock, this could be a problem. I wish there was just a bit more space, because usually if there's more space, you can get them to kind of work with you. Because if you go far enough away from them, they'll actually just teleport to you, which is a nice feature of the bots. At least, though, like I said, this is the downside of the bots, is they're just hard to manage. Alright. And they don't work with computers. So, now you...
Put foam here. I'll do it.
Biggest use of C4. Making a door harder to break down. Because when we push this, I'm gonna want my gun out. Alright, sniper's ready.
That is the sound of death coming for us.
Quite the gun I was hoping it was,
Sounds
but
pretty close. Be ready.
now you have to do these little security tasks. There's a big boy out there. Yeah, ready. We're lucky the turret will kill it before we. We're not lucky. Oh, sick. That worked out really well. The turrets actually took it down beforehand. So there's big ones and small ones, at least. Creatures, and some that shoot, some that do other things, and we haven't even, and there's so many others. There's actually there's probably like 4 primary enemy types.
Pick up your deployables.
Yes.
Pick up your deployables.
Most of the time, and then there's a good handful of other ones. Including hybrids, which are really but scouts, which are probably one of the worst. And some other types of oh, there's some monstrosities.
Sleepers. Don't wake them. I'll call their friends, and we'll be in deep shit.
That's because I moved a teeny little bit while I was awake. There we go, now you're good. Back to sleep. Cancel my attack. You do want to cancel your attack sometimes, like, because you can only hold it for so long. So if you like end up not being quite lined up in time, you can right click to just quick cancel a swing, and it's really handy because you don't want to accidentally swing and wake everyone up if no one else is ready to do their part. Sleep. Sorry. Alright. Also, please bear with me, I'm a bit rusty at this. I haven't played in a while. I wish I could find a computer so I could ping the key in the area without having to go through every piece of it. It can also be good to shut doors behind you just in case things do go wrong and help prevent some enemies from coming in from other locations if they happen to hear the ruckus. Use. Perfect. Lots of enemies in the area now. Logs. Now, the hard part is you do kind of want to explore everything if you really want to get into the lore. Unfortunately, because you only get it in little snippets of like log files of like things that have happened, tests that have gone on, and then some stuff in the main storylines and other missions. Alright. I need to terminal in zone 50 to find key white 191. So key white 191. Alright. That should give me a... Well, wish that ping would last a little longer. Let me try it again. Okay. Over that way. So now we know that's the direction we need to go to find our key. And this whole area is completely irrelevant for our needs. Right. Now, that means it's through here. So these are hack locks. You have to actually hack them. They can be really nasty at times. Because if you get them wrong, they make noise. They also take a while. Which, if you're under a time crunch, say there's an endless alarm going off or something, you need to get through a door to get to the place where you can turn off said alarm. Well, let's just say it's...
Got a resource locker here.
Yeah, resource locker. You stay. Let's see if there's anything good. Well, there's our
Resource box.
No, it doesn't look like much, but that is what we need to get through that door and that bulkhead we have to go to. Oh, a med pack. Sick. Alright, and I'll leave the lock melters there for one of the bots to pick up. Check the rest of this room, see if there's any more resources.
Sleepers.
Alright, I think we're clear in this room. No other supplies. You do want to be careful on ledges, but if you can, just walk off a ledge. And you guys get hurt from, like, barely anything. Like, fall damage is majorly a thing. Also, as you can see, my bots came to me even though I locked most of them through that door previously. Okay. Class 4 alarm detected. Great. Alright. Let me... How do I want to do this? Got a door right here, which is not which is not a good thing. Got... Yeah, let's pop this door actually. Waiting on right on the other side. Like that one there. That's a shooter.
Sleepers.
Their heads are
Don't wake
different
them.
design, and they also... Shooters always seem to be female. General build. While I'm guessing the males are more the melee guys, they're like these, where they come in
Resource locker.
and, like, they have extra long...
Resource locker here.
Alright, knock them out before they can wake anyone else up.
Next door.
If there was anyone else. Thank you for breaking that lock. Sometimes there's just padlocks on stuff and you can just break it by hitting them. Once again, makes noise though, so if there's bad guys nearby, not great. Alright, you guys can have that med pack. The bots will automatically use those under certain conditions. Generally, it's like, for med packs, it's if someone's health is at a certain point. Or if, like, if your health is... There's a noise that makes if you get it wrong. And there we go. But, like... Okay, tool refill. You guys can just grab that and distribute it as you think fits.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good, yeah. Fill up the sentry guns a bit. That's great. Alright. So this is going to be interesting. Let's put a turret here. One sentry.
Sentry gun here. Yes.
And come through this area. And check it. You see.
Put foam here.
Yes.
They're pretty literal on where you point, so be careful you don't shoot. You don't tell them just this general area and aim like at the floor. They will shoot at, which can be good or bad. If it's on the floor, it can actually slow down enemies and kind of capture them in the foam. All right, let's put this one here.
Sentry here.
Yes!
Good. And also it's nice you can actually check the... Well, if you get behind the sentries, you can actually check their ammo levels and everything. There's a lot of details that this game covers. Alright, get away from the door. Get away from the door. Thank you. I didn't have to argue with any of you this time. Okay.
Put foam here.
I'll do it.
Alright. Make sure my guns are all loaded. Prepped. Good. Okay. Here's where things get messy.
Over here.
The bigger the alarm, the more steps you usually have to take to finish it.
The fucking nest. Bollocks. Get ready.
And also, the more you generally will attract more monsters in general, because the longer you take, the more monsters will keep coming. They usually only spawn a certain amount at a time, so that can be a useful tool if you're like they won't just endlessly spawn everything, but they'll still spawn enough that it no matter what. That door's not gonna last much longer. Turret out of that. Ammo goes real quick, by the way. Everyone, get back, get back. Get away from the big boy. Get away from the big boy. Run back. Headshots are usually a good thing on these things. There we go.
Pick up your deployables.
Yes!
Alright, downside is I now have to break this door down in order to go get my deployable out of here. Well, I guess I could have gone around the long way, but I'm not going to need this door. Alright, Q on pack
Pick up your deployables.
Yes.
You can always check everyone's status by going to the map with tab, where you can see, okay, Bishop's a bit beat up, Duada got a bit beat up, everyone's ammo levels you can check, what other equipment they have. My C-foam's basically used up until I can get refilled.
Get over here.
Alright, this is something they added in later runs, is a checkpoint system they then implemented in older levels and older rundowns. Basically, this is, if I die after this, I can restart this level right from this checkpoint, so long as I don't quit the game. If you quit the game, you have to start the run from the beginning. And it used to be, like, whatever run you were doing, if you died, you started from scratch. So the checkpoint system was kind of a way to make it a little more bearable, because some of the runs are still sucky, and even with the checkpoint system, some of these runs kind of still can be complete murder to try
We got sleepers. Don't make a sound. We'd be overrun in no time.
Alright, making progress. Usually good to clear a room before you really focus on much else. Here a second. Headphones would probably make this a little easier for general sound location, but boy, 3 of them, and I think a 4th one off to the side somewhere. Oh, okay. I woke up the ones right here. Good. So the others. Problem is, if they wake up all the way, then like there's a good chance some of them will wake up others.
Don't wake them.
They tend to wake up. Yeah, I don't think they'll hit. But if one of them wakes up long enough, they'll usually yell and actually just wake up the entire room, and that can be all sorts of no. All right, map. Thank you for pointing out that I walked past a resource locker. These have resources. You suck. Glow sticks are nice because you can use them as light without waking up other creatures. Like, the creatures aren't sensitive to it like they are to flashlights. But, yeah, ups and downs. Which area are we in right now? We're in zone, next area is D52. Does that mean we're in 52 right now? Okay. I need to ping the HSU. Ping HSU 648. There we go. Wait. In zone 52, yeah. Oh, I used the wrong symbol. I need that one. There we go. Working on it. Where is it? That way. Okay. And apparently up on the floor. Boy. Hi, guys.
Sleepers. Anyone while they're in that. That's more likely they'll wake up from. And then, alright, it was this corner. I took a risk with that one, but I figured they were far enough apart. It didn't matter. There's a lot of guys. Everyone on seat. Quiet. Sleepers. Don't wake them.
So far, so good. Okay, another one over there. There's one up above. Just the 2 over here next. Or, yeah, 2. Good. Looks like they haven't changed up many of the mechanics since I played last. Which is probably a good thing for me. I'm sure there's some mechanics that they've swapped around a little bit or fiddled with. Maybe hopefully they've tightened up some of the bots' behaviors a little better than they were. Well, they were pretty good before, other than the door issue, which I haven't figured out a way to manage. Oh. Alright. Sometimes, if you know you just triggered something, just charge them. Because you can sometimes just knock out a group of them before they actually fully wake up, and can wake up others. really hoping for an ammo pack. Because my ammo levels are not ideal. Alright, we already determined it's upstairs. Very likely. This game secret.
Sleepers. Don't make a sound.
Night.
I'll call their friends, and we'll be in deep shit.
Check. Unfortunately, we will probably get tired of hearing that line because the characters use that line, among others. Oh no, there's a big boy. Gotta be extra careful here. Go to sleep. Okay. I'm going to take that. Some of the ones. This could be super dangerous if I accidentally can't leave them up. The big boys are slower, but when they hit
Sleepers.
like a truck. Okay, it's a good position. Get a bead on it. Okay. Boy there. No one's there. How many big boys are there? I can take a risk. I think I'm good. Just, yeah, I'll wake up some of the little ones. The little ones I can handle. A big boy, though.
Quiet. Sleepers. Don't wake them.
There was two big ones. Alright. Thankfully, the bots are actually pretty decent shots once they do come to a fight. You are being... The reason I'm using melee here is to conserve ammo, and also because these ranged ones are actually kind of annoying, because they tend to run around, and it's easy to waste ammo. Which is one of the bad things. The bots will sometimes just waste ammo on shots that aren't the best. Especially if like, the enemy has some partial cover. Alright, I am going to use this on myself.
Fuck, I'm low.
Because out of all of us, I'm the most important one here. I'm the only one with the actual brain. Okay. Well, that clears out this rope. And I'm pretty sure I need to have this rope clear. Use maintenance terminal. Yeah, alright. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Already did that. Just gotta find the stupid thing. In this room, or is it just in one of the neighboring rooms? HSUs are a little tricky to find sometimes because they kinda blend in very easily. Wait, is it? HSU 808. Not the one I need. Bummer. But now you see what I mean? They're just HSU 713. They blend in pretty well. So, carefully scour the place until we find the right one.
Resource locker.
Where did you hit that? I heard you. Sounded like you were right on top. Oh, up there. Okay. How do I get up there? Come on, ammo. Oh, another tool refill and another med kit. I'll swap out for the bigger med kit to carry on my person. I feel like the bots do occasionally waste med kits. Like, I could be wrong.
That was my last.
648. This is the one we need. Proceed to collect the DNA sample.
I'm out.
Okay. This. Now, unfortunately, I haven't played this in so long. I don't remember exactly what happens when we do this. But a lot of these levels start a final command breakdown, like a final alarm or something as you're keying out, and you have to kind of book it and try to hold a defensive point. I am a little shorter on ammo than I would like. I haven't even used my mine deployer. I really kind of forgot about that one. Oh well, we'll make it work. So, I'm not going to really do a lot here because there's a good chance what is going to happen is I'm going to have to run rather than hold them.
Bioscan, get in.
Collect the DNA sample. Run. Yep, just one. Look. Hey.
You hear that? Bad news.
Just run. The bots will be slow. If I don't run, they'll stay with me or lag behind. Oh dear. Moving.
Oh, shit.
Way. Over here. There we go. My guys, you can see my heart rate. If you check down at my health, you can see my pulse is up, and my heart rate is probably up as well. And that's because of the stress.
Sentry gun here! Sentry here! Sorry, I can't do that! Seafoam here! I'll do it!
Alright, gotta hold this position. You can shoot each other, so you do have to watch out for friendly fire. Alright, we made it out. A successful first run, which is really good because I am really rusty. Return all prisoners to lobby. Alright. Complete an expedition with at least one. I guess they didn't have Steam achievements probably last time I played because I should have had those already. Alright. And that is R1A1 the admin. Our first mission of the first rundown. That was the easiest level we are going to run into for this rundown. Now, I do want to point out, like I said, the nice thing with having, I talked about how they have all the rundowns unlocked. Used to be like, if you were on this rundown, you'd play this one. Then they would unlock this one and this one. Or, yeah. So you'd have to, work. Usually you have to unlock the further levels by beating the previous rundown, previous expedition in the rundown. That's the right word. But sometimes you could get really stuck on them, and because some of them are really hard, like I mentioned. So the nice thing of having all these rundowns unlocked is, especially if you're just getting frustrated with one, you can go, well, let's jump over to a different rundown and maybe do an easier mission over here. And each rundown has their own quirks and everything, like this one. I don't know what this one is. Right? I'm not taking another step. Yeah. High fatality rate presumed. Great. But, like, this one, I can't do this one. It's not unlocked. That's because I haven't completed so the rundowns leading so the expeditions leading up to it. I have done a lot on this one. Rundown 5. Let's take a look here. Like this one, I have not done anything. I have not done anything with Rundown 5 before. So, oh wait, no. Well, okay, I did do one. I did complete R5A1, so I beat the first one. Rundown 5, A1, so the first expedition, floor A1. But I have not completed 2 or 3 on that floor. I have not completed B. And like this one says, unlocked by RSB1. So I have to beat RSB1 before I can do this one, or this one, or this one. And etc. and so forth. So like, yeah, you have to work your way through the rundowns. It used to be, if you were stuck, you were stuck. But now, because of the way it's designed, like, I can't do this one or this one because I haven't done R1C1. Obviously, I've attempted it before because the heat's not 100%. But, yeah, the heat will build up over time on it. If you keep doing a rundown, the heat goes down as, like, the item rarity dies down a bit. So it kind of encourages you to go redo older runs or older expeditions. I keep getting rundowns expeditions mixed up. My bad. Anyhow, that's it for the first mission of the first rundown. I'm going to continue with some of this. I think, because this game's interesting, I definitely think it's a fun game. I like it, but it's one of those games that's definitely not for everyone. Hugely stressful at times, very challenging, and it can be frustrating, especially if you get really stuck on a level and keep dying because you can't, like, especially if you die like further on and there hasn't been a checkpoint for a long time, or you run out of time to run through a mission. You definitely want to make sure you have at least an hour to play a level, and so the later levels you probably want more than that. The first rundown, you only have primary missions. As you can see, I've completed 3 out of 6. Later rundowns will also have other options where you'll say, like, this one's got secondary, overload, prisoner efficiency. I don't know exactly how prisoner efficiency works. I think that's like getting through without... yeah, I think that is going through while getting all these secondaries and everything done in a single run. But, I don't know all the details on that level of accomplishment. I've never managed to get that level of accomplishment. I have occasionally gotten a few secondaries done. The hard part with doing secondaries, overloads, that sort of thing, is you can't just do the main mission and then go, oh, alright, now let's go back and do this one. Because once you complete the main mission, you need to get out. But, like, and sometimes you have to pick to do the secondary one, you have to complete the secondary one and then complete the main mission. And, like, it just adds more complications to any run. It makes it harder. And of course, you get to unlock new cosmetics as you go by doing certain things, like this one. If I complete R8E1, I'll get some random cosmetic. The cosmetics are just, make your character. They have literally no other effect. I think that's everything I want to cover for this first episode, though. So, thanks you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, hit subscribe to keep up with new releases if you haven't already. Comments below. Likes, dislikes about this game. Anything cool? Fun things you noticed? Like, I like the look of this game. And I like the general way, like, they've designed the whole thing. It can be a touch buggy occasionally, but for the most part, I think they've worked out most of the kinks. Which is good, because this game's pretty much completed now. I am really curious what the devs will make in the future. I'll have to look into that, see if they've already got something in the works or not. I don't know. But if they make more stuff like this, I'll probably be interested in it. Because even though it's super hard, and obviously I've never gotten close to finishing it, and probably never will, it's still one of those games that I keep coming back to. I have come back to this game over and over again over the years, because it scratches an itch that I get everyone's well for something that's super challenging, first-person shooter, very high coordination needed, and just the world design's kind of cool. I really like it. They have giant boss fights on certain rundowns, and certain missions. They have kind of mini boss fights on some missions. Like, there are things that you can go against that are murderous. There's a thing, I think they dub it Mother, and it's like, it just will continuously spawn little minions the longer you take to kill it. There's some giant monstrosity thing with like multiple that can reach you from a ridiculous distance away with a tentacle attack, and it has multiple little weak spots you have to hit it while trying to avoid it. You have some missions where there's endless waves just from the get-go, and it's just a run through the level trying to survive, scavenge what resources you can while you move. There's some where you have to work a computer, start up a generator, enter special codes, transfer data. There's different objectives throughout this game. Sometimes it'll be, you have to pick up this item and carry it somewhere and deliver it. You get to experience so many things. There's a lot more this game has in store. And there's probably things I don't even know about, because, like you've seen, I haven't played all of it. And some things you only run into until later levels or later rundowns. And yeah, I have so much to do on this game. Do recommend get friends to play with you. Friends, family, someone. There is a Discord. They do recommend, where you can usually find some people there might be willing to help out. You might also find some, always be careful. There's always going to be toxic people in the community. But you also probably will find some great people that are willing to help out newbies, or really who are experts on running some of these deeper rundowns and deeper expeditions. They're willing to help someone get through. While some of the stuff's a bit random, there's a lot of stuff that tends to be the same for each expedition. So you can kind of memorize a level if you do it enough times. Of, okay, if we go through this, now we have to go here. Oh, now we have to go through here, now we go to here. Okay, this time they put the item in this section instead of this section. This is actually good, because then we don't have to go through this section or this section. Well, normally we would. There's all sorts of things that can affect each expedition, and sometimes you can kind of get a sucky draw, where it's like, well, man, we have to go through this section and this section to get the key we need, which means now this area and this area we have to fight through or whatever, and now we have to deal with this. But we could want to go over here, because now, sure, we'll fight a little more, but hey, there's resources over here we could really use. There's a lot of strategizing. Anyway, I keep rambling. There's a lot to talk about for this game in some ways, and yes, little in some ways as well. And some of these expeditions were really focused on certain aspects of the game more so than others. Alright, I think that's enough for tonight. I need to get to bed. Good night, everyone. Bye.